Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm back. It's Kathleen Booth with Quintain, and if it's Friday morning, that means it's time for my TGIF Friday video blogs. And this Friday, I wanted to tell you about something I did last week. I had the opportunity to speak at the American Marketing Association's Washington, D.C. chapter event at the Improv Comedy Club in DC, which was really cool for a couple reasons. One, it's always great to speak at the American Marketing Association. It's just a fantastic group of marketers who really know their stuff. And so anytime I get to talk to a crowd like that, I have a fantastic time. I think I just said fantastic 3 times, but it really was fantastic. The other thing that was fantastic about it was that it was at the Improv, and I actually used to live 3 blocks from the Improv in Washington, D.C. back in the 90s, and I've been to that Improv a bunch of times and seen people like Jon Stewart perform there, and let me tell you, boy, were those great shows back in the day. So it was kind of cool to stand on the stage that Jon Stewart has stood on and to walk around the Improv and see pictures of other people like Ellen Degeneres who would perform there. And before I spoke, I got to sit in the green room, and it was just really neat. So thank you, American Marketing Association, for that opportunity. And what I wanted to talk about today is actually the same topic I spoke about at the AMA event, which is real-time data and leads. And this is such an interesting topic, and I was fortunate enough to speak. I was one of 3 speakers. The other 2, one was from the IBM Marketing Cloud, and the other was actually from the Oracle Marketing Cloud, so shout out to both of them. They gave great presentations. And, you know, I was also inspired because as somebody who owns an agency, I do work with real-time data and leads all the time for my clients, and you know, we, in many cases, are starting out very simply with things like, you know, we're going to put in place a marketing automation solution that will enable you to see your leads in real time and to get notifications when people are visiting your website. And we'll help you set up triggers that automate the follow-up, like simple emails that say thanks for downloading something or thanks for registering for our webinar, or sales sequences that let you quickly follow up with people when they visit your pricing page. You know, those are really what I would say are easy entry-level ways of following up on real-time data and leads using marketing automation. And then you can get a little bit more sophisticated. Things like lead scoring. There's some really cool video analytics available from companies like Wistia, and I'll give you a way to click through and learn more about Wistia. There's other really great tools like HubSpot Sales, which give you instant notifications, and you can click to learn more about that too. So lots of really neat tools. Hotjar is another one. We use that for heat mapping on our website. All of these things give you so much information about your marketing. And what's crazy is one of the other speakers gave a statistic that a 17-year-old today has seen more data in a year than a 70-year-old has seen in their lifetime. So we are literally just swimming in pools of big data, and it can be really overwhelming. In fact, I think the same speaker said that in the next year, the amount of data we're exposed to or are capable of gathering will grow by 50 times. And to be honest, my response to that was, oh my God, I need 50 more hours in the week because I already can't keep up with the amount of data that we have. That's a whole nother problem that we can talk about another time, and that we should talk about over a drink and not a cup of tea. But for now, I just wanted to talk about a couple of examples of how you can and should be following up with real-time data and leads, and why this is important. So it's important because our attention spans have gotten dramatically shorter. In the year 2000, people had an attention span of 12 seconds. In the year, I think it was 2012, that shortened to 8 seconds. What is so scary about that is that a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. So we have shorter attention spans than goldfish. Yeah, it's true. Unfortunately, our attention span on the web is even shorter. Data shows that you have about 3 to 5 seconds to capture somebody's attention. So there's that short attention span factor, but then there's also a factor of what happens after you do get someone's attention. So let's say they come to your website, you capture their attention, and they fill out a form and become a lead. Well, the data shows that if you respond to that lead within the first 5 minutes of them submitting something, you have a dramatically higher chance of getting them to enter the sales cycle and ultimately become a customer. There's also a lot of data to support the fact that the first company that follows up, if they're going out and responding to multiple companies and becoming leads, the first one that follows up is going to get the business. So this is a speed game, and this is why real time is critical. In order to respond quickly, you need to be able to collect this information quickly and have it so that you can respond. And the most effective way that I know to do that is really to use marketing automation software. So there are a lot of marketing automation products out there today, everything from enterprise products like Eloqua and Pardot, all the way down to really very entry-level products like I think SharpSpring is one, Acton, and Infusionsoft. And then there's more mid-market products like HubSpot. So we are HubSpot partners, full disclosure. We picked it because we wanted to use it for ourselves, and it's something that we believe in. But there's no reason that you have to use HubSpot for this. I think it's a great tool, but you can use lots of other tools too. And I guess the thing to keep in mind is have some kind of tool so that when you're getting leads, you can see this data and you can quickly follow up. So that's really the first step. And then the second step is picking a few simple things that you can do in the beginning and master them. So those simple follow-up emails, when someone fills out a form, they get an email right away. And that's your first touch point of follow-up with them. That's that first 5 minutes. And you can automate that. You don't always have to be picking up the phone, because let's face it, if somebody's converting on something at 1 a.m., you need to be able to respond quickly, but you're probably sleeping. And so you're not going to wake up and pick up the phone and say, I saw that you downloaded our ebook. You're going to send them an email. And that's what marketing automation is so great for. So those are a couple of simple things. There were some really cool things we talked about too, like beaconing technology, where if you're walking by a Starbucks, for example, beacon technology allows Starbucks to see that you're close by and send you a coupon. So it's that whole concept of, the checkout line at the grocery store and offering you something when you're at your most vulnerable. From a retail standpoint, those technologies are really cool. And then there are things like recommendation engines, which you've all experienced if you've ever shopped at Amazon.com. You go in and you put something in your shopping cart, and all of a sudden it's saying, wouldn't you like these other 10 really cool products? Amazon actually gets 35% of its revenue from things that are sold through the recommendation engine. So those are kind of more B2C examples, but B2B, there are a lot of things that you can do. From a sales standpoint, making sure that you're using automated lead scoring, getting notifications when somebody becomes a marketing qualified lead, and then automating your sales follow-up. So we touched upon a lot. It's impossible to go over it all in a short video blog, but what I'm going to do is I'll attach a copy of my presentation that I gave at the American Marketing Association to the show notes from this video blog. So if you're reading this, scroll down and you will find a way to download the presentation, and you can see some more of the examples I gave. But the key takeaway I want you to think about is that marketers are really seeing a lot of ROI from real-time marketing. If this is something you're not investing in, you will be left behind, and your competitors, if they do invest in it, are going to win the business from you. The data proves it. He who responds first wins. She who responds fastest wins. So don't be that person who is like the average business, and this is a true piece of data. The average business takes 61 hours to respond to a lead, and 47% never respond. I mean, that's crazy. Don't be that guy. So think about real-time data and leads and how you can respond. Consider investing in marketing automation. And if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to tweet me at WorkMommyWork. Thanks for joining me. TGIF. Have an awesome weekend. See you next week.